Joining us live, Generika President and CEO Josette Abarca. Good evening to you, Josette.
Good evening, Ruth. Thank you for having me.
First, let me tell you, CNN Philippines made the rounds in pharmacies and we saw long lines of people, with some saying they could not buy much-needed medicines. Here are some of them.
Lagpas kalahati na, kalahating oras na. Mahaba pa nga kanina, dumating kami. Medyo mas maikli na ngayon.
Wala nang mabiling biogesic, Josette, yung mga Paracetamol. Para sa ubo, wala na. Saka sa lagnat.
I actually also went to a drugstore yesterday and I was looking for a certain brand of Paracetamol and the drugstore says they're out of stock. So, Josette, can you tell us, are you seeing the same supply problem in Generika branches?
Yes, Ruth. Today, we have seen a huge increase in demand for paracetamol and other drugs for flu-like symptoms. So I can confirm that there are indeed cases where there is a shortage of some brands, but we do have generic equivalents in our stores, and I can confirm that we have adequate stock of these generic equivalents.
So when you say that in some branches there's a problem, but this is just, again, for the branded, no? You're saying may generic naman na paracetamol, for example.
Yes, that's right, Ruth. So the shortage is particularly on the branded medicines.
Okay, so now, at this moment, makakabili po sila sa Generika ng mga generic, na any type of like flu-like, for flu-like symptoms. That's what the DOH is saying, and na-monitor nila na nauubos yung supply.
Yes, Ruth. So we do have equivalent, generic equivalents for paracetamol and the other medicines for flu-like symptoms like cough, colds, fever. But because of the extraordinary increase in demand, it is possible that there are stores that may experience stockouts temporarily. But I do assure our customers and our viewers that we have adequate stock in our warehouse and these distribution centers, and we have the capacity to replenish our stores. We are closely working with our stores. We are closely monitoring the situation.
That's good to know, no? Now you're making sure you have adequate supply. But can you just give us an idea about what the other drugstores are saying, extraordinary increase in demand from your end? Like, paano ba, 50% increase, almost 100% increase?
Oh, definitely, Ruth. We've seen double, triple, or sometimes more than 5 times the usual demand for these medicines. We've seen long lines in our stores, in some of our stores.
Ganun pala talaga. But kasi this is usually, well, we have COVID-19, but usually around this time, di ba, medyo malamig yung panahon or pabago-bago and marami talagang nagkakasakit. In the past years, ganito pa ba yung trend?
Yeah, in times like this, no, it's cold. It's usual that there is a demand for this type of medicines. But we've also seen cases, Ruth, no, na when there is a surge in COVID cases, there is really an uptick in demand for flu-like symptoms. I think because of those surges and because of our past experience, no, in times like that, we have also boosted our ability to anticipate the demand and to make sure that we have ample stock. We have improved our inventory planning, our back-end operations to make sure that we can prepare. And we've had reports already, no? In some ways, we have anticipated the situation. But I just would like to emphasize that we are a generics drugstore. And I guess this is an opportunity to inform your viewers, Ruth, no? That we have generic equivalents for those branded medicines and we have ample supply for them.
Maybe to educate also our audience, what's the difference ba between generic and branded medicine? I'm sure some people kasi are saying that the generic medicine are not maybe as effective or as safe. But can you tell us about it?
Yeah. Well, the difference, Ruth, is really just the brand name. For as long as the generic medicine has been registered with our FDA, has gone through that process of registration and review of our regulatory body, then it should be as effective as the innovator or branded counterpart. The principle is the active ingredients are the same, so therefore the efficacy should be the same.
And the DOH is also encouraging the public right now to also patronize even yung generic medicine. And also, Josette, many people right now are just staying at home because of the Omicron variant. And, what are you doing to service them also, or to reach out to them?
Well, thank you for asking that, Ruth. No, first of all, I'd like to just address your point, no, on generics. Just wanted to emphasize that that's the benefit of generics. It beefs up the portfolio of products available. It beefs up our supply, and therefore certainly helps address any spike in demand. And with a stable supply and with a wider range of alternatives, it helps keep prices down. So that's one benefit from having these generics available. On our side, as I said, we have been preparing for cases like this, for situations like this, and we have launched our mobile app. No? If you have problems accessing our stores because of the long lines, you can actually stay at home and just order your medicines online. You can download our Generika drugstore app. And we have also partnered with Health Now. You can also download their app and order the products online. And we will deliver at home or in wherever you want them delivered.
That's good to know. Thank you very much to Josette Abarca, President and CEO of the Generika Drugstore.